So OpenCode has a desktop app, and if you have been using the CLI version already, you are just looking for a solid open source AI coding agent. This is worth knowing about. It's been available for a while now in beta, but a lot of people still don't know it exists or have not already tried it yet. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through how it works and then build something real with it. So let me tell you what OpenCode actually is. It's an open source AI coding agent that's available as a terminal interface, a desktop app, and also an IDE extension. What makes it different from most tools is that it doesn't tie you to one model or one provider. It connects to over 75 providers through something called models.dev. So whether you want to use Anthropic, OpenAI, DeepSeek, Grok, local models, or anything else, there is a solution for you. So you are not locked to anything. The desktop app itself is built with Rust, which is why it feels fast and does not eat up memory like some Electron-based apps tend to do. You get a proper UI on top of the same agent you would run in a terminal. Plus, some things that actually help the workflow. Multiple sessions, a file browser, a built-in terminal tab, and the ability to open files in an external editor like VS Code or Cursor from inside the app. Alright, so let me get into it. The desktop app is available for Mac OS, Windows, and Linux. You can grab it from the OpenCode website. Just download the version for your OS. Install it and open it up. Give it a few seconds to load and you will land on the main interface. First thing worth doing is going into the setting and switch the theme to dark if you prefer that. It will make a lot easier to look at, and from settings you can also manage your providers and API keys as well. Okay, so now let me show you how it connects to GitHub Copilot as a provider, because that's what we are going to use in this video. If you already have a GitHub Copilot subscription, whether that's Pro or Pro Plus and Business or Enterprise, you can use it directly in OpenCode with no extra API keys or billing setup needed. The way you do it is through the Connect Provider option. So inside the app, open a session and type the model and then click Connect Provider. It will bring up a list of providers. Search for GitHub Copilot and select it. You will get a prompt that says to go to this URL and enter a shortcode. Go to that URL, enter the code, and authorize the app through your GitHub account. Once that's done, OpenCode has access to your GitHub Copilot subscription. So if you have the API key from Anthropic, Gemini, or OpenAI, you can connect anyone. There are more than 75 different providers available. After that, you can run /models and you will see the models your Copilot plan gives you access to. Depending on your plan, you will have access to things like GPT-4o, Claude Sonnet, Gemini, and few others. Some of the more advanced models may require a Pro Plus subscription. But for most users on a standard paid plan, there is a solid set of models to choose from. I will select the Claude Sonnet 4.6 and we are ready to go. One thing to understand about OpenCode is the difference between plan mode and build mode. These are two built-in agents. Plan mode disables the agent's ability to write or change files. It just analyzes your project and map out what it would do. Build mode gave it full access to read and write files and run commands. You can switch between them very easily from down there. It is useful to start in plan mode, and after that you can switch to build mode. So let's build something with it. I'm going to have it create a financial analytic dashboard using plain HTML and chart.js. The idea is simple: single file web-based app that shows key analytic metrics, total revenue, total expenses, net profit along with the line chart. Nothing fancy, just enough to show how the agent works end to end. I will start in plan mode and let it figure out an approach. The agent scans your project folder, and since this is a fresh empty folder, it came back quickly with a plan. It outlined what file it will create, what each section cover, and how it will structure things. You can push back there, ask it to adjust the approach, or just approve it and move on. I will approve it. Then I switch the build mode and it will start writing files. You can watch the file get created in the right side file browser. The HTML file appears first and you can open it directly in the app to see the content as it's being written. The agent also maintains a to-do list during the session so you can see what it has done and what's still pending. Once it's done, it will drop a short summary in the chat. I will open the file in the browser and here is the result. There are 3 metric cards at the top, the line chart below that showing monthly revenue and expenses side by side, and then the pie chart with the expense breakdown. Hovering over data points shows the number, the layout is clean, and it actually matches what I asked for without any back and forth. Now, one of the more practical features of the desktop app is multiple sessions. You can have more than one session open at the same time, each with its own project folder, its own chat history, and its own model selection. So, let's say the financial dashboard is done and I want to add a feature to a different project without waiting. I can open a second session, pick a different folder, and the two agents run in parallel completely independently. For anyone working across multiple projects, this is actually pretty convenient. You are not sitting there staring at a loading spinner while one thing finishes before you can start the next. There is also a built-in terminal tab in the desktop app. So if you need to run a dev server, install packages or check Git status, you don't have to leave the window. You can also run the OpenCode CLI directly from there if you want. And if you prefer to edit files in your IDE, there is an option to open them in VS Code or cursor with a single click. Also, for existing projects, the workflow is the same. Open the folder in the OpenCode and the agent will scan the code bases on its own. If you run the init command, it creates a agents.md in the root of the project, which is basically a summary of the project structure and coding patterns that help the agent understand the code bases better going forward. It's worth committing that file to Git so it's there whenever you or anyone else opens the project in OpenCode. When you ask it to add a feature to an existing code base, it does not just write code in isolation. It reads the existing files first, understand what tech stack you are using, and try to follow the patterns already in the project. So if you are on Next.js with the specific folder structure and component style, it will try to match that rather than inventing its own approach. Also, there is a share command that lets you create a link to any conversation. This is really useful if you want to show someone what the agent did or debug something with a teammate. You can also use undo and redo to step back and forward through changes the agent mode, which is handy when you realize partway through that in the direction was wrong. And the add key in the prompt lets you search for files in your project for references them directly. So you can say something like, look at how authentication is handled in at auth.ts and do the same thing there. OpenCode Desktop also have full support of Git integration in the UI. So committing, pushing or pulling can be done via desktop app and also from the terminal tab as well. That's a good feature compared to some other tools out there. Also, the team is actively working on the app and changelog shows frequent updates. Overall, desktop app makes OpenCode a lot more accessible if you are not a heavy terminal user. The multi-session support, the file browser, the plan and build mode switching, and being able to plug in GitHub Copilot without needing a separate API key all add up to a pretty complete experience. If you already pay for Copilot and want to get more out of the subscription beyond just autocomplete, this is a reasonable way to do it. Alright, so that's it from the video and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.